Another one of my weekly self-defense analysis videos, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about when Hapkido gets you killed in self-defense. So I'm going to explain to you why Hapkido will get you killed in self-defense. So there's this story of a Hapkido practitioner, Evan Harriet Johnson. Says she's a second degree black belt, first degree black belt in Taekwondo, second degree black belt in Hapkido, police, self-defense instructor, owner and chief martial arts instructor of Crystal Lake Hapkido, was assaulted one morning by the father of a student. Although she was able to break away from her attacker, she was reminded of the message she repeatedly tells her students: we can never let our guard down completely. So, we don't know the full details of what happened, but all we know is that, judging from what she said, by not letting her guard down, probably that's what happened. Like, her guard was down, and she got attacked, and she broke away from the attacker, luckily. So, yeah. And why is that a bad thing? Well, if you don't have situational awareness, if you don't anticipate an attack coming, if you don't know what to look for, you're going to get caught off guard. And in a lot of Hapkido schools, they don't teach you that stuff. They don't, in a lot of martial arts schools, they don't teach you anything about situational awareness, like how to read body cues, how to read body language, how to read social cues, how to read, how to spot potential threats, crime rates, all that good stuff. So you go into this class and you think that you're learning effective self-defense, and you think that you're gonna somehow magically see an attack coming, and then when you go out in the street and you actually get attacked, you're in for a reality check. My problem with Hapkido is they're conditioning students to engage in fights. They bow or do whatever, show respect, and then they get into these fights, and that's just not effective self-defense. It's like I said in my other video. There's a difference between training for actual fights and actual self-defense, where you quickly incapacitate or kill your attacker. That's my problem with Hapkido. And then there's other issues like the static techniques and the or the instructor shows a technique, or you know and the student complies and reacts a certain way, the way that the instructor tells them to, or her, or whatever, and and then the student does it, and voila, it works. And that's not really real life. In reality, you're only gonna use simple techniques like punches, kicks, stuff like that. Like, very rare. I mean, it's very hard to pull off most techniques in Hapkido. Um, so pretty much the structure is bad for self defense, and I'm not even generalizing, because I've been to an actual Hapkido school, took a class, participated in it once, and that's the standard curriculum for almost every martial arts school has that curriculum. Basic forms, static techniques, a little sparring here and there, some philosophy, things of that sort. So it's not me generalizing. I mean, yeah, you might come across some slightly different schools here and there, but generally the formula is still the same. Um, so not much difference. Um, and again, no weapons training. And by weapons, I'm not talking about the traditional martial arts weapons. I'm talking about modern day weapons like firearms, knives, grenades, stuff like that. Stuff that you will probably see um, in a really dangerous area. Um, so yeah, if you're not training for that stuff, you're not really training for effective self defense. Um, and it's worse when you got guys who think that it's possible to disarm someone with some flashy Hapkido technique, gun disarm, or knife disarm. Um, and that's a fantasy, you know. It's like I explained in my other videos. You're not going to be able to apply a perfect gun disarm or knife disarm like Hapkido presents it. You know, weapons, they happen pretty quickly. Like, I saw my Hapkido instructor. He did an arm bar and whatnot, and on one of his students to demonstrate the purpose of the sprawl. And that stuff will is gonna get you hurt real bad, because you can't move, and you're completely vulnerable to attack. Um, or multiple attacks from multiple people. And the other thing is the mats. In the school I went to, they had mats. They had protection. They had soft floor, all that. You don't have that on the streets. So if you fall, go for a takedown or something, or whatever the case, you fall, you could break your neck, you could break your arm, you could break a leg, you can get a concussion, you can get cut. There's many ways you can get hurt. And again, with the attacks, action is faster than reaction. You can be the best fighter in the world, but if you don't know how to respond to an actual attack, which is more aggressive, you're probably going to get knocked out in one hit. Like my friend told me, he was a Taekwondo practitioner. He was of a lower belt status, and he had like this other guy who was also a Taekwondo practitioner, higher belt status. He was bullying him until finally, like, my friend had enough of it, and he just punched him in the face like twice or something, pushed him back or something, and the guy was out. And my friend told me, he said, had I gotten into a fist fight with him and did the traditional way, I would have lost. So doesn't matter how good you are at fighting. If someone swings first without you expecting it, you're gonna get hit. And you'd be lucky to not get knocked out. So that's why if you take Hapkido, you're gonna get hurt or you're gonna get killed on the streets. So that's it for when Hapkido gets killed for self-defense. If you want to take modern self-defense courses, then check out my link below. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos as well. And I'll see you next week.